I'm Kat Reinhert, and I am the former president of the Association for Popular Music Education. And I am so excited to be here. And I'm helping Steve, my colleague in this frame, out with the Student Live Festival, which is why you're watching this video.
And I'm Steve Holley. I am the current president of APME, and Kat and I put together the APME Live Student Festival a couple of years ago, actually 3 years ago at this point, and it has just exploded. So we want to provide you with a little extra information today for you and for your students to just make sure that you have the best time possible.
Yeah, because coming to a campus and all these new experiences can be a little scary. So,
Mhm.
the first thing we want to talk about are the two venues that you might find yourself in terms of performing. And one of them is called the Carson Center, and it's a big black box theater with a huge soundstage and really cool lights and all that kind of stuff. That was actually a soundstage in the film department until the pop program took it over.
Mhm.
And then there is also the Zero Family Theater, also known as the Songwriter Showcase Theater. And it is a smaller theater, but really, really awesome. That's where some smaller groups and individual songwriters will mostly be held, mostly just because of size of space. There will be a dedicated crew to support you, and that's where the clinics will happen.
Absolutely. And keep in mind that, yes, it's a performance, but it's also a clinic. Or maybe it's more of a clinic and less of a performance. Either way, just be ready to come in and have fun and throw down. The format is each artist is going to get 60 minutes to come in and load in, set up, do a line check, a very short sound check, and then play for approximately 20 minutes. Then whatever the remainder of the time is, typically 30, 35, 40 minutes, will give everyone time for the clinicians to then work with the band, work with the artist, offer some feedback. Hey, what if you tried this here? What about this harmony? Again, just the idea isn't to grade you or give you ratings. It's really just to help each of the artists and each of the musicians better themselves so that the band can improve as well. That's really the vibe that we're going for here.
Yeah, and so we wanna be really mindful that if you're attending these things, it's also a chance for you to learn and watch other groups,
Mhm.
watch other people maybe who have similar things than you, and we encourage you to attend. And all these clinicians that we're talking about are really amazing. Steve and I are gonna be some of them, but they're also, professors and, educators from all over the world actually, who are coming in and are gonna be working with you and your students. It's gonna be really, really fun, and again, as Steve said, they'll provide some insight, and they'll probably say something like, "Well, let's how about this in the chorus, and now let's try this," and so you'll play it again, and so it's not like you're gonna play the song once, you'll probably play the song probably at least twice or parts of the song, but that's why we really wanna keep the actual performance to 20 minutes, so there's a lot of time for workshopping and that kinda stuff, so
Absolutely. And the idea there is, again, just come in, be ready, cut down on dead time, plan your set, know what you're going to do, so that when you're on stage and you're ready to play, you can, again, do your best and enjoy the moment. That said, to help you enjoy, there's no need for you all to lug everything across the country. So we're going to be providing a backline in both venues. What a backline is everything that's on the back line of the stage: drums, a bass amp, a guitar amp, keyboard, piano. We will not be providing, say, extra reeds or neck straps or guitar picks or extra strings. Nothing like that. All that is on you. But the idea with this backline is it's there for you to just come and plug into and be good to go. If you have, say, your own pedal board, make sure you have everything you need, from a power source to all the cables that you need to make sure that, again, you're just prepped and ready to go. Because the idea there is we really want that that really helps out to provide an efficient turnover between the bands, and also, again, to give you all of your time so you have all that time to interact and engage with the clinicians and with the other bands. The other thing that we wanted to mention is that we unfortunately will not be able to move equipment around. So if your bass player really likes to be on the left side of the drummer, if their cable's long enough, they can do that, but we can't move amps or we can't move the stage around to each band's stage plot. So very much in a festival setting, it's kind of set it and forget it, and you have to adapt based on what's on the stage.
Yeah, and to that point, we ask that all the bands or groups arrive an hour before their scheduled time so that you have time to kind of see what the space is, to be in it, to support other artists, um, and to just stay and support the other bands. That's also a really
Mhm.
important part of this whole APME Live that Steve and I cooked up 3 years ago was just to have this space where you could interact with other people and really see what other people your age are doing and just get to know some other people in the field that you're working in.
Exactly. And one of the things that we're going to do to hopefully make that happen is we're going to do a Friday evening jam session. And so the idea there is we're going to have a teacher and professional musician jam session, and then a separate student jam session, which I'm hoping to get some of the USC pop and music students involved in as well. Again, so you can connect and hang out, play some tunes, get to know your peers, and just have a lot of fun. So that's one of the many things we're doing there, in addition to the access to the entire conference that Kat's going to talk about.
Yeah, so in addition to the Friday thing and the other another performance that we'll talk about in just a second is you have access to the entire conference. So if you look on the app Sketch, you can see that there'll be, somewhere between what is it, 4 to 6 different things kind of running at the same time.
Yeah. Mhm.
And if you see one that looks really interesting to you, you are welcome to attend that. Doesn't matter if you're in middle school or high school or in your college or it doesn't matter. Or maybe your mentor or someone else wants to attend that. Everyone is welcome to the entire conference, or you can just hang out in Carson or in the songwriter stage. I mean, it's totally up to you, but we want to
Mhm.
open it up. If you're like, wow, there's this cool thing on songwriting that I want to go check out, or gosh, that person is talking about AI and I really want to learn more about that, you are welcome to attend those things. And as I was alluding to, in addition to the Friday and attending the whole conference, there's going to be a Saturday showcase at Tommy's place, and there's going to be a 4 p.m. call. So you'll need to show up by 4 o'clock, but we're going to provide pizza. So everyone will get a chance to eat and all that kind of stuff before they go on, and the doors will open at 5:30. We're not sure if all the bands are going to be able to play that evening. We're still
Mhm.
figuring out some logistics on that. There might be a separate showcase that would happen on a separate date. Again, we're still working on exactly those details, but there will be a showcase on Saturday night for um, a large majority of the people who are coming to perform.
Absolutely. And last year, when we were in New Orleans, we did it at a great tiny little dive bar venue on the outskirts of the French Quarter, and it was packed to the gills and super vibey. So that's kind of the idea here at Tommy's place. Is it's not divey, but it is super vibey. It's right on the USC campus, and it's an incredible professional venue. And again, that's the idea, is to give your students access to to a professional experience with a professional stage, professional lighting and sound engineers, that whole idea. So that's really, again, the another part of this learning experience that we hope students are getting through APME Live. So what we'll do is, you've already been receiving several emails from us, and this will probably, if you have any additional any questions, we will have a frequently asked questions document, which you should have already received in an email, but we also link that down below in the description. So you're welcome to take a look at that. But again, if that, after you've watched this video and after you've read through the FAQ, if you still have questions, feel free to reach out, because we know that this can be crazy. I've done 30 plus domestic and international tours with students, so I know it can get crazy. Please let us know how we can help you.
Yeah, and we'll be there the whole time, and there'll be student workers, and
Mhm.
there'll be a dedicated person in each of the spaces during the day so that, like, you can always find someone to ask questions. So, we hope that we can be a resource for you, and we look forward to meeting all of you and working with you, in June.
Absolutely. Until then, look forward to hearing from you. Safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you in sunny LA next month. Take care.
Bye.